Welcome to Soul Tribe Search Party, your go-to space for real talk, deep reflections, and unfiltered life moments. I'm your host, Brezzey, and here we keep it raw, soulful, and authentic. Hit that subscribe button, and let's dive in. Hey y'all, good morning. I mean, when you hear this, it's probably not going to be morning. I was having so many messages this morning. I'm going to try to see if I can pick them all apart. Like, I'm just always thinking about stuff, right? And so I'd be confused because I'll tell myself I'm trying to start listening to my first mind, but then it's like, am I listening to my first mind or am I telling myself? I can always think something into another thing. Like, for instance, when I was at the gym this morning, I like it when nobody else comes, but when somebody does come, I'm always like, dang, do I have to go out of my way to make them feel comfortable and like just spark a conversation? Or are they one of those people that they don't want to talk at the gym either? And so they're not looking for somebody to have conversation fillers. I don't know. I'm like, or maybe there's somebody that's balanced. Like they don't like to have a conversation here and there. Bro, I just want to do my workout, but I be in there just thinking about shit. And then for some reason, my mind was like, spark a conversation about dogs. And I was like, I'm not going to start a conversation about dogs. I don't feel like talking. He'll be fine if I don't say anything at all. For some reason, it came back in my mind again. And I'm like, okay, bro. And I turned to the dude and I'm like, do you have any dogs? And the thing about it too is I smoke before I go to the gym. So I be thinking I'm acting cool and I hope that I am acting cool. I be smart as hell. And then every once in a while, I'll be doing some dumb shit. And I'm like, dang, I would have this moment right now after I done smoked. So now they probably feel like I smoked. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I had asked him if he had dogs, and then he had got excited about it, and he started talking about what kind of dogs he had. I don't even know what kind of fucking dogs he said he had. I mean, I do know dogs, but it's like it bypassed me because I was already ready to say what I had to say next to make the conversation about me because I was really talking about my dog. So I listened to him talk about his dogs and I was like, oh, okay, because I just got 2 dogs and, I'm telling them about my German Shepherds, even though I had already told myself I'm going to be the one to train my dogs. But for some reason, he was like, oh, I have a buddy that trains German Shepherds. He has a property, and we go hang over there sometimes. This nigga's not finna train my dogs. And then y'all trying to lure me to see this my friend, my first mind. The gym I go to, the people do not look like me. Okay. I pay to go to the gym because it's something that another side comment. It is something that holds me accountable and makes me better as a person. I am not someone that can go. I mean, I can. I don't like to go to regular gyms, and pay a regular fee where everybody be in there being regular. No, I like my gyms to have a program. It's bare in there, and not to mention it be dark. I mean, but granted, I have been to one before where them people be in there heavy, okay? And I'm the only one that pop up, and it be in those neighborhoods. So those times it can be uncomfortable, but I don't go to that gym anymore. This one is more low key, but it's like all the country club people come here, and that's cool. So that was my first mind. And then I was like, bro, you don't always have to tell yourself stuff like this. I don't know. The reason why I brought that up too is because I saw a video where I forgot what exactly it was, but on TikTok, the comments sometimes be more interesting than the videos. But in the video, the person was just like showing how people aren't real or some stuff like that, like because she has a Ring camera, which I fucking hate that. People have Ring cameras. I don't want to say that. Scratch that. It's just when it's me as a person just walking by. I don't like people recording me outside because I feel like you're in my business, but I get it. I get what the purpose of it is. Anywho, that was the video. The comments, however, people were talking about, like, basically, yeah, I'd be around NPCs all day and yada, yada, yada. But it was the comments that got me realizing, like, because somebody had a different perspective where they were like, you have to get, like, that's a certain part on, like, your journey where you get stuck in a phase where your ego is identifying people as demons or NPCs. And they were like, that's just one aspect of the journey. And you have to get past that phase. Like, basically, not put any labels on anybody. I get it. It's hard. That shit is hard. Really, it's not. Because I was thinking about this today too. Like, the people that you consider demons, when I had talked about in my other video about us tapping into our other aspects, Geminis know how to do this very well. Shout out to Beyond 5D and Kaya's video that I had just watched, because they touched on, well, she touched on that because she's a Gemini, and people talk about them being two-faced people. I as well. I always say whatever about Geminis. It's that they're not two-faced. They can tap into different aspects of themselves. When I looked at it from that perspective and opened myself up to that, I was like, true. So now I can stop saying that about Geminis. And I feel like the same way to go about it as far as when people talk about getting to that point where you're not trying to label people as something in particular. We also have aspects that can be demonous, if that's the word, or it's like we can have our moments when we're basically considered NPCs because we get caught in the matrix or the rat race. But everybody is here to play a role. You don't have to really consider anybody anything, especially if you look at it as you being your own being. And just because, like, what does it do for you if somebody is labeled a demon? Does that make you fearful? Or, like, what emotion do you give it? Or, like, when you label someone an NPC, what emotion does that give it? Versus if you don't give a fuck what somebody is, because no matter what, you're going to be what you are. I don't have to give somebody my energy if I don't want to. So it's like, even if you're a demon, I can make friends with you. If you're an NPC, I can be anything with you, because me accepting you is me accepting myself. A boundary, of course. I don't have to be afraid of a demon because that's what people portray them to be. And it's like, when you watch scary movies, or not even a scary movie, let's think about the Joker. It's like literally the movie Joker. I had only watched it like 1 or 2 times, to be honest, but watching it had an imprint on me because it's so interesting to see the backstory of a villain, because it always starts the same. Another sidebar, I saw another video where the comments were talking about, it's crazy, 8 billion perspectives that all start and end the same. A demon, that's one of the perspectives, right? We're all just energy. We're all equals. So I feel like, in a sense, aren't you supposed to make peace with a demon? An NPC is here to play a role as well. Aren't you, like, supposed to make peace with an NPC? They're just playing their part, just like you are. Instead of focusing on them and how that affects you, you have to take the accountability to understand, overstand what that means to you. In the video I talked about before, when I was saying making one or peace with your demons, because people have them. And I think people are afraid to talk about it. But I think that's why a lot of people like to watch like gritty, if that's the right category, scary, gorous stuff, or like, you play a lot of shooting video games, because a part of you, that's an aspect. And don't let me get on here telling y'all about yourselves, because I know nothing, okay? This is a freestyle right now. So I'm playing my role because that's an aspect of you that you enjoy. It's not something to be afraid of. It's just like, yeah, I play this shit and now I'm done. My days can be completely balanced from me playing some video games, cussing at the game, fucking listening, sitting outside, listening to nature, walking barefoot, and that's okay. Like, I don't even know if all of this is making sense, but I hope it is. I hope it is. And honestly, I'm still trying to figure out, oh, this is another thing. Because I'm seeing so many consciously aware people popping up more. And that's so cool. Like, it be making me feel on fire, when I can stop and see a video, and they don't all be black, but yes, I use like my discernment. If the message applies, the message applies, because they use any vessel. I just be like, yeah, that's cool as hell, but I don't try to get too lost into scrolling, because I know that it's also like a trendy thing, and get outside more to connect with your people instead of just on social media. You got to be able to build your community for real in real life, because it's social media is temporary. I always stop and watch their videos to get some inspiration. I'm also just like, it's funny because we all pretty much record the same. Everybody be having like 4 likes, 0 likes, but it's like they saying real shit. And then they're just in front of a regular camera recording, just talking regular, and it's cool, because then it reminds you, like, again, stuff does not have to be perfect to do what you got to do. You just start, and then once you get the ball rolling, things will just naturally start happening for you. And of course, I feel like you really can just like pick your lane, because if something just doesn't align, it doesn't align. I do like TikTok. I don't really want the stress or responsibility to have to record every day. And if there is a way where you can record things in advance, then when I get to that level, um, where I can record multiple videos in advance, learn how to put in the time to break down segments that just last over the course of a month, I don't know, then I'll do that. With the role that I'm playing right now as a mom, as a dog mom, I am trying to still learn how I have to balance out my day, how social media works into that. Because at the same time, you do got to open yourself up to receive what you got to receive, but never let something control you, or don't feel like you are forced to do something because you're worried about something, if that makes sense. So, like, I shouldn't be worried about having to produce for TikTok if I don't want to necessarily get on social media every day. I don't know if that is making sense. Let me cook on that. Oh, let me marinate on that one. Right now, it works for me to record myself naturally in one swoop for, YouTubing and podcasts. And it's the thing that I've been the most consistent with. And obviously, as you build, expand, and you can do more shit. And honestly, I feel like the realest people on TikTok don't even got a lot of followers anyway. And they're still successful in life. Everybody doesn't necessarily do the social media thing. And honestly, a lot of people that are doing the social media thing, they either have somebody doing it for them if they've really made that much money, or they still don't have enough money and they are stuck in a cycle of wanting more or whatever. Maybe that was egotistical to say. Yeah. But you know what? Anyway, back to myself. It is Aries season. It is a new fucking year. It is spring equinox. I don't even know that I want to celebrate my solar returns anymore because I'm like, shit, do we age? And I am at the point right now where I don't even be knowing what to do because I'm such a I live my life a day at a time person. And instead of planning anything, I change my mind all the time. But never when it comes to family. Like, actually, it depends. Because if it's like we talking about we're gonna go get brunch together, yes, I'll be there, and I'll be looking forward to that one event all week. Yep. But other than that, time constraints, don't like them. I don't like being anywhere in particular at any particular time. I like to show up when it feels right, you know? Yeah, I love being an Aries. I don't know what that necessarily means for me, but yeah, I love being an Aries, and that's my vice. I identify as my chart. Yeah, I'd be nervous, and then I'd be on here looking crazy. This is why I was doing the podcasting first, because this is literally how I be looking every day. My family, they be calling me homeless. Bro, I'm chilling. I am literally chilling. Some days I do be like, bro, yeah, it wouldn't kill you to make sure your eyebrows are at least straight, you know, to get a retwist sometimes. Sometimes. But at the very least, make sure your hair moisturized. Yeah, your hair definitely has to be moisturized. Actually, it's not really that dramatic, but when you look good, you do feel good. That is a fact. And I be thinking that I'm blending in when I'm doing this because I feel like in all aspects of something, like whenever I do try to just blend in, especially like when it came to jobs, I never blended in. For some reason, conflict always found me when it came to my jobs. But really, now that I look at it, it's probably not because I was making myself small, but because life is always working for you. And it was like, bitch, come on, you're doing the wrong shit right now. And I tried to sit down and hide in the corner. They came with the flashlight, like, you can get up now because we're not doing this. But at my jobs, though, it would always be, and you know, for me to be fucking 30, I feel like I have lived so many fucking lives within my 30 years. I have done an array of things that, like, if today was the last day of my physical body, I could be content with my life because I have done everything under the sun. And that's why when it should get to a point where it's like, what are you chasing? You have done everything. So now you have to find what it really is, because all this time you've been chasing more and you're running out of stuff. Anything that you set your mind to, you can do it. But anyway, sidebar queen, I have done an array of things. And so I feel like that packed my, I don't even know what that would be considered. I know a lot about a little. No, I don't know if that's it. My jobs had always commented on my appearance as an issue. I was like, before this, I used to be like corporate girl. Wouldn't show any tattoos. I did have tattoos, but like I would always cover myself up, wear my hair regular. At every job, I'm too intimidating, and so I need to smile more, or I need to correct how I say things so that they don't come off a certain way. Because I used to be a correctional officer also, and they used to talk about like how I need to look at the ground when I walk past people, which was crazy to me because it's like, damn, if it's getting to this point, y'all don't even want me looking at people. Like they would watch me every day and I would not be doing anything. I would not be doing anything but being myself, and they would be talking about I was just getting too much attention. But it's like you're a woman in a male facility. It happens. I understand, but you guys are projecting. It's just always something. And I feel like that's something that every woman goes through. But for me, it was like, this is not for me. I want to be myself. I want to be myself wherever I'm working at. I want to be able to be me, show my tattoos, not wear long sleeve shirts, not worry about. Obviously, I know how to be a professional. I know how to speak to people when I need to because I think it's important. It's still a good skill to have. Sometimes you got to show people. Like Kendrick said, pop out and show. You got to show people that you're like that. And when it gets down to it, you know the lingo, you know what you got to say to get what you want. And y'all not going to get one up on me. Okay? Because I can play the field. I don't know if this was a sidebar conversation or if the conversation had led this way. And you know what's crazy? So yesterday, I also had tried to make a video of me journaling and trying to get y'all to just chill with me while I played music. And I had to delete the whole video because the shit was so ratchet. Like, because since my thing was on speaker, it just sounded like you were on the phone with somebody and they music was in the background being annoying as hell. So I was like, yeah, we're not gonna do this. But I will figure out how I want to do that. But I still wanted to show you like what I was talking about yesterday. I was planning my week, and I'm going to show you fast because I did not want you to look at my handwriting. And I kind of just had a lot of stuff going through my mind yesterday. I didn't really know what content I wanted to like necessarily create. And I feel like it's okay to have days like that. I'm tired of saying like. It's okay to have days where you're not producing, you're just vibing. And yesterday was a music day, chill, write stuff down, think. And I don't know how the planets were aligned, but I'm sure that has something to do with your days and when you feel the most productive. I'm not sure, but that's how I was yesterday. So then I was trying to show my journal. I think it would be interesting to share my journal sometimes. A lot of people are intimidated by journaling or trying to figure out how to necessarily get their energy out or clear your mind, whatever it is that you have. Maybe I can read today's. And no judgment, y'all, because listen, so I call these brain dumps. And it's because I'll sit down, and even if I don't have the urge to write, I'll sit down and just start writing and I'll let it flow. And then sometimes if I feel like I'm just dragging it, then I'll be like, okay, I'm done writing because I'm forcing myself to think about stuff to write. Okay. It's like you'll be surprised how sometimes you do need to write something in particular, and you'll know I'm not particular on my spelling in my journals either. I know how to fucking spell, bro. I know how to spell, okay? Since I got my degree and know everything. But in here, sometimes I be writing so fast to try to catch up with my mind that yes, I will bypass correctly spelling something because I want to make sure that I get the thought out. So that's okay because nobody else is going to see this shit. Here is my brain dump for today. Oh, I'm nervous because I forgot what I wrote already. Okay. So my brain wants to produce and be meaningful. Does that mean to let go and let things be? I start to wear myself out and feel a way about something because I am over it and ready for something else. Is that dysfunctional? Will anything See, this is why I need to learn how to slow down when I'm writing, because I think this says, will anything, ever be enough, or will I continue to seek? What is it? A fear that I don't have enough time and there's so much to see and do. But is there? You have already done so much and continue to do so. Stop chasing a goal so that you have the energy to attract. Allow it to align and trust yourself when you know things to be true. Stop acting surprised and upset when you already know what to expect. These things are not by chance. They happen for a reason. Slow down, be mindful, enjoy your people, create, produce, multiply, eat right, work out, love, be loved, protect, and repeat. You are secure. Let things work how they need to. Continue to guide me with my son and actually lead me and show me my path, my true path. I am patient, kind, healed, and I am complete. Yeah, I feel so cringy reading that out loud. I did skip a part because I was a little embarrassed, but I'll tell you because I'm being honest, okay? When I said guide me, I did say with my son and my dog. I did put my dog in there because I feel like my dog is so special and I am so thankful for him. And since I stay at home with both my boys, I am also trying to be a bomb ass leader for my dog. But yeah, that is a brain dump. And I really feel like I need to get off of here because I am on here just talking and people probably haven't even stayed this long because you got to really have the attention span to sit on somebody's video and they are not talking about nothing. Okay? Until next time. That's a wrap for today's episode. If this resonated with you, don't forget to follow, share, and connect with me on YouTube, TikTok, and my website can be found in my bio. Let's keep the convo going.